Hey, awesome accounting student, Mark Franke here, and we're going to today do a little demonstration on using Excel to calculate overhead for two products. This is based on a handout. It's on my website. So if you get the handout, you will get the Excel spreadsheet and you'll be looking at this. So you'll see there's 5 tabs in this workbook. One has the data, one is called comparison, which we will put our summary information on to compare. One is called plant-wide, which is the plant-wide rate we'll calculate. One is departmental, and one is activity-based costing. So let's get started. We're going to use Excel to prepare schedules for these 3 methods for allocating overhead to our 2 products. This is the Trojan Watercraft Company, and they have 2 products, a Bruin Smasher and an Irish Crusher. So down in the requirements is our 3 methods: the comparison, the plant-wide rate, the departmental rate, and then activity-based costing, and then our comparison. So let's get started. First, we have a plant-wide rate. So the first thing I'm going to do is link to the name of the company, starting with the equal sign, and go to comparison, and I'm going to click on A1, which is going to bring over the name of the company. And then I need to prepare a schedule that totals up the overhead and calculates a plant-wide rate that is based on machine hours. So first, I'm going to link to our 3 categories. We have subassembly, finishing, and support. And notice I'm linking these 3 together using the equal sign, and I'll pull together all 3 totals and then sum them up. And here's our total overhead. I want to format for a line, and then we're going to divide it by machine hours. Actually, I can link that too. Go back to our data and link to machine hours, and then here I'm going to add together the machine hours for the Bruin Smasher and the machine hours for the Irish Crusher, which is 6,200. I'll draw a line, and then I'll get cost per machine hour by dividing the total overhead cost by the number of hours. Start with the equal sign, prepare our calculation. 286. I'm going to add 2 decimal points just so that it shows the pennies, and there's our first schedule. Then over here I'm going to now allocate to our 2 products. We have product name. We'll link to Bruin Smasher and to Irish Crusher. Maybe skinny this up a little bit. And put a line in. Number of machine hours, and I've defined machine hours as MH. Bring that over. And I'll bring over the 4,200 for the Irish Crusher. Cost per machine hour. I'm going to link that to my calculation over here, and then multiply it out. Total overhead So the total overhead is now divided by units produced. And I can get that from my data section. 400 units produced for the Bruin Smasher. 2,000. And so, draw a line. This is overhead cost per unit. $1428.06, $599.79. So now I can calculate gross profit by saying selling price, and the selling price from my data section for the Bruin Smasher is $3,200. My selling price from the Irish Crusher is $2,200. Our materials and labor cost, and this time I'm going to bring it over with a minus sign, equals minus. Our materials and labor is 1,000 for the, and I'll do that, and then I can. Then we've got our, now I can tie in my cost, overhead cost per unit from above, and I'm going to bring that with the equal sign and a minus key. I'm going to fix the formatting in just a minute. So now we have a line, and we can calculate gross profit. Gross profit is going to be the sum of our selling price minus, let's format the whole thing for, we'll leave the pennies. And I need a line underneath here, so I'll put a thick bottom border, and there's my gross profit, and we'll calculate gross profit percent. And that is going to be the gross profit divided by the selling price, and we'll throw a percent on that and add a decimal point and copy it over. 24.1, 36.4. Let's put a box around it. And there's my first. Let's go ahead and format these. And I've got a nice schedule. That's it for this one. Stay tuned for video number 2, where we will do the departmental rate. Bye-bye.